Gather round, I got a story to tell. Gather round, I got a story to tell. Today, we got breaking news. According to Commissioner Marticello of the Department of Correctional Community Supervision, the reason why the New York State correctional officers went on strike was based off of a lie. It was a hoax. And let me get into it.
The lawmakers when asked what happened at Collins.
On the early morning hours yesterday, a sergeant encountered multiple individuals in one cube. When he engaged them, the individual ran from the sergeant. They followed him to a bathroom. A use of force ensued, and they wound up finding 2 contraband cell phones. Other incarcerated people on the dorm became agitated because they didn't understand why the force was being used, why they were chasing the individual. And the staff on scene, including that sergeant, did a great job in de-escalating that situation and resolved it, and everyone went back to their cubes. Later that morning, there was a potential threat that staff identified, and as a result, they left the dorms. We actually didn't lose the dorms. They walked off of the dorms because of perceived threat.
Has that happened before? When was the last time that we had a situation where there was no adult supervision in the dorms?
Well, the staff remained outside of the dorm itself.
They barricaded themselves in.
They did not barricade themselves in. That is not true. I was on site at that facility yesterday. The incarcerated remained communicative with the people on the other side of the door that we locked, right? And we were in constant communication with those individuals. So a lot of...
I'm gonna break it all down right now. So back on February 12th, 2025, there's a prison in New York State, and it's named Collins. It's a medium correctional facility. It's not like the Maxes. It's not as bad as the Max, right? So it's a medium correctional facility, and 3 officers had the bright idea to report to their higher ups in the prison and say that prisoners took over 3 dormitories, right? So these 3 correctional officers said the prisoners took over the dormitories, right? They took over the housing areas. And the higher ups in the jail called the other higher ups in Albany, and before you know it, Collins became ground zero. It became targeted. They shut it down. They shut it down. The commissioner went up there with his squad, right? So this squad is called CERT. So the CERT squad, they come there to like regulate stuff. When things are out of order in the prison, that's who they call to regulate the prison. They are on it big time as far as discipline. They're beating people up. They are going to try to maintain order. And they got the governor of the state, Kathy Hochul. They have her permission to do whatever it takes to put things in order. Right? Now, let me tell y'all why I'm telling you guys this. All the other prisons in New York State heard about what was going on in Collins, and they all went on strike. They all went on strike. So guess what? They went on strike, and they stopped coming to work. They started demanding different changes. Now, the strike was illegal. It was in their contract, the correctional officer contracts, to not go on strike just out of the ordinary. Like, there's a certain way, I guess, they have to strike. They just can't or say, you know what, we're not going to work today. So they staged an illegal strike, and man, they had to get the National Guards. And to this day, right now, today, the National Guards are still in every prison in New York State because the correction officers went on strike. Listen, if you like this, man, if you like this content, like it, hit me up.